Hi everybody, this is a quick reset of the nervous system and maybe a reboot of the core. So find a place to sit that either, if you have a fit ball, I'm sitting on a 65 centimeter fit ball, which is just really amazing just to bounce on for your lymph system, to pump fluids through your body and just to activate sort of a flushing reset. If you don't have a ball, no worries. You can sit on a soft pillow. Just get comfortable to where we can close our eyes and visualize some internal core release. So wherever you are, take a nice big breath in, and on the exhale, I want you to just blow that air out and let go of your back and your neck and your shoulders and your hips and just all the things that we like to hold on to. And just see if you can just start to settle into your body. Sometimes you need to let go in order to be present and grounded. You don't always have to try so hard by pressing and clinching and muscling through everything. So if that resonates with you and maybe you feel that a little bit in your life, this is going to be good because it'll just calm your nervous system. So your pelvic floor is a hammock of muscle, almost looks like a trampoline if you're looking down into it, that attach from your pubic bone to your tailbone. They come in side to side. It's just this amazing hammock and floor of muscles that lift and hold you up. And they need to be elastic in order to support the fascial movement through your whole body. So if we tend to live in a little bit of a clenched state, maybe we're excited, maybe stressed, maybe nervous, whatever's going on, we can tend to hold that all in our body. And when we do that, our core muscles and pelvic floor have a direct signal up the vagus nerve into our brain. And it can sort of alert us that everything is not exactly okay. And so it'll tell our brain to activate our sympathetic nervous system, which puts us in just a little bit of that fight or flight or freeze mode, where the heart rate is a little bit higher, the breath is a little bit shorter, and our body can just be a little bit more clenched. And it's hard to get into flow state and humor and feeling grounded when we're activated in our nervous system like that. So as you sit here, close your eyes, let your hands come on to the top of your legs and take a really big breath in. And as you do that, your diaphragm starts to push down in order to allow breath into your lungs. And that also pushes the pelvic floor down a little bit like a dome so that it just gently expands open. And as you exhale, your diaphragm starts to come up underneath you inside. And that's a good time for any kind of strength or core movement is on the exhale to work. It's a good place to work. Inhale, and as you inhale, open up your ribs. Feel that breath all the way around your rib cage, expanding open to get breath into your lungs. And your pelvic floor opens. And as you exhale, blow that air all the way out and start to feel how your ribs can wrap. And you can sort of, at the bottom of that exhale, gather that pelvic floor and hug it up internally. Inhale, release. And let's focus on this release for a moment. So think about your sits bones as opening up and just feeling some expansion down there on all those muscles that hold our whole body up, our organs, everything. See if you can feel your sits bones open and those muscles inside of you just expanding open. And just notice that. And you don't even yet need to use the exhale to contract. Let's just practice releasing. So both the inhale and the exhale will be to help you let go for now. And then we'll add the contraction. See if you can get your breath into a count of 6 and out to a count of 6. So inhale, and as you inhale, open your pelvic floor, front, back, side to side, almost like a flower that's blooming. You're not pushing down on it, but you're also not just passively letting go, you're actively expanding down there. And some people will really get a very big release in their low back, which is exciting. And on the exhale, just relax your shoulders, let your spine relax, let the back of your neck and your jaw relax, and just really notice letting go, what it feels like. What are you holding on to? What's hard to let go of? We live in sometimes such an activated state that it's really important to calm our system. When our brain gets the message from our core that we're not clenched and stressed, it will start to toggle the nervous system back into that rest and reset. And also just a balanced nervous system where we can kind of connect into our body, to be creative, to be grounded, to have humor, to feel flow. If you're on a ball, circle your pelvis around. If you're not on a ball and you're just sitting on the floor on a pillow, you can still sort of circle it around from the inside. And just notice how movement can come from your center. And it doesn't have to come from your shoulders and your legs and your hips. We want to let that go for now. All right, let's try a breath. Release and contract. So inhale, breathe all the way into your nose, like to a count of 6. As you do that, expand the pelvic floor open. And on the exhale, you're going to start blowing that air out, and it's going to keep blowing, 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 blowing. You're going to track it all the way down to your pelvic floor. And at the bottom of that exhale, you're gathering it up, back to front, side to side, and you're lifting it up inside of you. So if you were a flower blooming down there, and now you're a rosebud and you're hugging it up inside your spine. Inhale, release it open. Exhale. At the bottom of that exhale, feel the contraction internally. You're not squeezing or tucking from the outside. You're just hugging up from the inside. And that connects your whole body. And it's so powerful and strong and centered. And it's how you drop into your power. But you have to let go in order to get present and contract and come in. So there's ways we can measure, obviously, these contractions internally on women, especially. And watching the numbers, what you see is sometimes you can see the numbers that they're a little bit squeezed all the time. And when you really practice expanding, the numbers will drop down on the contraction. And then as you exhale, you can get much deeper contraction and achieve a much higher number on that contraction when you let go first, instead of just kind of living in a constant state of gripping. And that will all relate back to your nervous system. It'll tell your brain you can calm down. You also, when you connect into that strength and power, it also sends a message to your brain like, we're okay, we've got this. When your brain feels that you're connected in a healthy way internally, it will send a signal directly to your adrenal gland saying, we've got this, we're in our strength, we're in our power. On the contrary, if we're collapsed and not connected, that also signals our nervous system that everything is smushed, compressed, and that's not good either. So a healthy body and mind relates right back to the pelvic floor. And can you breathe fully? Can you inhale and exhale? Can you release yourself and the muscles, and then as well as contract? Everything has to work in this like nice elastic system to kind of calm the system and reset. Thanks for listening.